Joining us now exclusively is Sherry Lynn Lee, the registered nurse and nutritionist who worked with Michael Jackson in the last months of his life. Good morning to you, Ms. Lee.
Good morning, Maggie.
This morning, TMZ is reporting that Diprivan, the drug that you say Michael Jackson begged you for, was in fact found in his home. Does that surprise you?
It's heartbreaking, but no, it does not surprise me.
Why not?
Because he was so emphatic asking me to obtain it for him. I was not aware of what the medication was myself, and he pursued me to find him someone that could stay overnight, someone he trusted. He was told by he said his personal doctor that it was a safe medication. After I investigated to find out more about the medication, I found out it was a very unsafe medication. I shared with him that this medication is actually in the PDR, Physician Desk Reference, a book that I actually had taken to his home so he could read it for himself. You didn't have to take my word to just read it for himself.
Right, it's an intravenous anesthetic, it's a sedative that if you get too much of it, you may not wake up the next morning. Did you explain all of that to him?
I explained all of that to him. I went through all of the symptoms. You know, he didn't want to read it himself. I walked him through the symptoms. I said, the bottom line, I understand you want to sleep. I understand you want to sleep, and I understand that you want 8 hours of sleep and not just 2 or 3 and wake up again and can't go back to sleep. I understand that. But this medication is unsafe, and if you take it, you may not wake up.
Let me ask you something. Did he mention which personal doctor told him it was safe? Was he referring to Conrad Murray, the doctor who's been questioned by police?
No, he never did give me a name of a doctor. I did ask him the name of a doctor and also when was the last time he had received it. He was so aware of this medication, he even went through the process of saying, you know, I want this medication. I want it to hit my veins. And as soon as it hit my veins, I want it to be knocked out. I want to be asleep as soon as it hit my vein. I don't want this IV to drip for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. As soon as it hit my vein, I must be asleep.
And if he didn't get it from you, did you leave there convinced that he would get it somehow?
No, I left there believing that after I told him the bottom line was death, you want to go to sleep, but my concern is you will not wake up.
And he didn't want to die when you told him that? Did he seem like...
Oh, no, not at all. He just said, my doctor said it was safe, even though I'm showing him proof, you know, in the physician desk reference that it's not safe. He still said, if you can bring a doctor here, if you can bring an anesthesiologist, and he even knew that. He said, bring an anesthesiologist here and let him stay with me overnight. As long as they monitor me, I know I'm going to be okay. And I know when I wake up, I will be well rested. That's all he was searching for.
Sherry Lynn Lee, thank you so much for sharing your time this morning.
Thank you very much, Maggie.
You're welcome.